Today, I'm going to talk about all of the things that I do on a daily basis that I never learned and was never taught in dental school. Let's go. Smile Doc here. Glad to be able to bring this other episode to you. If you like these types of videos, please smash the like button and share it with people because it motivates me to do more, and I appreciate it. So all of the things that I did not learn in dental school. Now, first of all, it is important for me to note a couple of things, and that is each dental school could have a different emphasis. For example, if your dental school does not have any residency programs, then you're likely going to be doing a lot of specialty procedures while in undergrad, okay? If they have a lot of specialty programs, they have ortho residency, they have an oral surgery residency, then you're likely not to do as many undergraduate cases in those fields of study. So in our dental school at the time, we had an oral surgery residency, which means I never saw not one single wisdom tooth extraction. And when I got out of dental school, it was very frustrating for me because I was trying to refer people to the oral surgeon to get their wisdom teeth out. And they're like, "Can you tell me about the procedure?" And I'm like, "Nope, zero on wisdom teeth extractions." Okay. And we did the entire oral surgery thing. I did extractions, but we did not have an orthodontic residency. Because of that, we had 2 full orthodontic cases, braces cases, because there wasn't Invisalign really at the time. We had to do 2 full start to finish with cephalometric analysis, orthodontic cases from beginning to end in order to graduate. What I would consider to be advanced orthodontic training while in dental school, but zero oral surgery training. And I know that the flip is true for some other schools where they're like, "I got nothing on ortho." And then there were cases where they did wisdom teeth extractions and things like that. Now, times have changed. It has been a couple of decades since I was in dental school. So you can expect that you're going to get more implant education and stuff like that. So let's just start from the top of the list of all the things that I didn't learn that I had to learn after I got out of dental school if I wanted to do it. So basically, when I got out of dental school, I could do basic crowns and basic fillings. I could do cleanings, scaling and root planings. I did do a pulpotomy and a stainless steel crown in dental school, but not a lot of them. I wouldn't say that I felt really confident doing those things. I could do a denture. I could do a partial. Again, all of these are very traditional. The traditional denture. The traditional partial with the metal clasps. Okay, no precision attachments. Definitely no Valplast partials. No flippers. Nothing like that, but just your partial and your denture. No extensive endodontic training, but we did learn how to do basic stuff. So I knew how to do the basic stuff, and if that's all I wanted to do for the rest of my career, I was well trained. And the things that they do teach you in dental school, they teach you like what to refer to the specialists. They teach you how to manage pharmacological complications, okay? A medical complication. You do have to understand if you're prescribing drugs, what their patient's conditions are and other drugs that you might be mixing and things like that. And those kind of things are super, super vital. They taught you how to remove decay. Very important, right? Even though we did a lot of amalgam fillings, which I have not done one. Something I learned in dental school that I've never done again was an amalgam silver filling. Never. Not one. So they do teach you all of the basics. But if you want to have a practice that is especially more modern and providing cutting edge technology and knowledge to your patients, then you're going to have to do a lot of continuing education when you graduate. And it's not just time. It's not like you just show up. You got to spend the dough, baby. And it is a lot of money. So let's start at the top of my list. Braces. Could I do braces when I got out of dental school? This is a trick question because even though I was trained and I would have done braces when I got out of dental school, most general dentist offices are not equipped with the armamentarium to provide bracket orthodontics, okay? So it wouldn't have mattered which general dentist office I started at. They wouldn't have had a bracket to place if I wanted to do it, all right? They just don't do it. But I was taught in dental school that to do class 1 malocclusion type braces, the orthodontist that was teaching us at the time basically said, "You're a fool if you don't do class 1 malocclusion orthodontics." He said it's just too easy. And so he taught us about that stuff. And anyway, so what I ended up doing is I ended up taking a continuing education course in orthodontics. It was a 6-week program that I did twice. So it's for 2 years. And the classes are about 6 weeks apart, and you learn soup to nuts, everything about doing braces as a general dentist. And we're talking class 2 repairs, everything. Mixed dentition stuff, pediatric, ortho if it's required, things like that. We learn everything. You're very, very equipped after this course. That course probably cost me in the neighborhood of, $7,000 over the course of 2 years. And then you got to buy all of the stuff, okay, which the magic number is $3,000. You want to buy a new endo system, it's $3,000. You want to buy ortho systems, $3,000. Everything in dentistry seems to be like $3,000. But clear aligners, no, had to go and take extra classes for that through Invisalign. I got the highest training that you could get through Invisalign and been doing that for a long time now. Since then, it's going to bring up 2 other things, which is CAD/CAM dentistry. I know they're teaching more of that in dental school, but I talk to people right now who are in dental school, and they say the CEREC machines sit in the corner and collect dust. That's what they tell me. It may be different in different schools. I'm sure that it is. But even though the CAD/CAMs are in the schools, it doesn't mean the kids are learning about CAD/CAM dentistry. But in order to do Invisalign, you could do traditional impressions or you could do the scans. Anyway, I learned how to do the scans, and I don't do Invisalign anymore. Now I 3D print stuff all in my office. Of course, that was never taught to me in dental school. So you learn how to do all that stuff, and you learn it through the companies that sell you the 3D printer. You'll find companies along the way that are providing services like Invisalign. They'll teach you how to do it, but you have to pay and learn. You gotta learn how to do it. How about cosmetic dentistry? People are always like, well, you don't have to do a residency to be a cosmetic dentist, and you don't. But there are cosmetic dentists, and there are cosmetic dentists, if you know what I'm saying, okay? And there are good ones, and there are great ones. When you get out of dental school, you learn a little bit about shade matching and characterization matching and translucency matching, like literally cosmetic dentistry. Not just shade A1, we'll do shade A1. When you do a composite filling versus a silver filling, that's cosmetic dentistry, but filling should look invisible on the tooth. But when you talk about cosmetic dentistry, I'm talking about doing a single veneer and have it disappear in the smile to make it look like it was born there. One single missing tooth that you're going to do a bridge on, or you're going to do an implant on and make it look like it melts in the smile, like it was born there, okay? That is cosmetic dentistry, and that is very, very difficult, and that will require a lot of continuing education after dental school. A lot. And it also costs a lot of money. Throw one number out there. The first cosmetic dentistry course that I took, it was the best at the time, and it cost me, well, the first course that I took there cost me around $10,000. I had to buy plane tickets, hotels, and spend the money to take a patient out there twice to do the start and to do the finish. So very expensive, very time consuming, but you got to do it if you want to learn how to do it. You're going to get out of dental school thinking, oh, I'm going to do cosmetics and it's going to be great. I'm telling you, you're going to struggle. So you got to find the right people to teach you these skills. So we did restore an implant when I was in dental school, but we were just starting to scratch the surface on implant dentistry. Now, I would be surprised if most dental students aren't placing implants while in dental school. Maybe they're not, especially if there's an oral surgery or a periodontal residency, but I'll bet you there's a lot more dentists that are placing implants now in dental school. I happened to be, luckily, in a perio rotation one day when this periodontist placed some implants. No surgical guides or anything like that. And I was one of the few in my class that got to actually witness an implant being placed. And so that was kind of interesting. I do place implants. We do bone socket preservation, grafting, and things like that, and all of that after dental school. Okay, I learned all of it after dental school. Took a course, paid, thousands of dollars, learned how to do this stuff, and since then taken advanced implant courses, and I mean thousands. I have spent $20,000 of my own cash in implant training at the very least, not including the travel. Okay, so it's very expensive, but it's services that I want to be able to provide. And so I take the time and spend the money and invest in myself, invest in my practice so that my patients can get the best care. Sedation dentistry. 0 on sedation dentistry in dental school. 0. So if you want to do sedation dentistry, you can do an IV sedation course, which I have not done, but they cost in the neighborhood of $8,000 to $16,000. Then you can provide that service, or you can do conscious sedation. Most states do require a license to do oral conscious sedation. You can, the DOCS program is a good program, but there's plenty of classes out there that you can take and learn how to provide that service. Probably around $3,000 at the minimum. You can learn how to do that and provide it safely and effectively for your patients. Also something you learn outside of dental school. CAD/CAM dentistry, I can't say enough about because we don't do impressions anymore at all. Bleach trays, night guards, retainers, veneers, crowns, everything is scanned. If we're doing it in the office, we 3D print it right here. Otherwise, if we have to send it to a lab, we just send it to a lab. The money you save on shipping and time. Oh my gosh. So it goes, instantly arrives at the lab. They can start working on it. No more waiting like 3 to 5 days for it to arrive in their lab, paying the exorbitant FedEx costs. So it's amazing. You gotta start doing CAD/CAM dentistry. In my opinion, it is the future. Okay. Technically, it's the present. It's just not very many dentists are doing it. You'll talk to a lot. You'll find out that there are a lot that do it. There are many, many dentists who just don't do it because it's expensive. I mean, my CEREC machine is like, and the milling unit costs like $120,000. It's not like I get some grant for this money. It's just cash that you have to pay for. And so you got to invest in it and learn how to do it. That's another thing. Take the right courses to learn how to do it effectively, and it can become profitable for you. I mentioned 3D printing earlier. That's a whole nother gamut. Even fewer dentists are doing 3D printing, but the stuff that can be done with your 3D printer are things like surgical guides, retainers. You can do surgical guides, night guards. You can print just about anything. They got you now printing porcelain crowns. So that is something I think is really coming in the future. But again, you're not going to learn very much of it in dental school. And the last thing I want to mention that I did not learn in dental school is gum contouring. Back when I was in dental school, we used an electrosurge, which is through some electricity. We like burn off the gums to do some recontouring or to do a gum lift, which is important to make things symmetric and look more beautiful. Sometimes it's important to make them healthier. But cosmetically speaking, now they have lasers that are out that can do this stuff super easy. We do gum contouring. I mean, if it's for a full smile, it'll take maybe 10 minutes. Something we don't even touch on while in dental school. Not one day of it. So if you want to be able to provide that service, which is really going to take your cosmetic dentistry to the next level, it's also something you're going to have to learn how to do outside of dental school. So I've hoped while teaching, while letting you know all of the things that I didn't learn in dental school, I just want you to know one thing. If you want to be able to do very well the things that you enjoy doing, you've got to invest a lot of time and a lot of money after you graduate and then spend the years getting really, really good at it so that you can be the best that there is around. And then you'll enjoy what you're doing more and people will refer to you because you're so good at it, okay? But if you want to do a lot of these things, you have to learn how to do them outside of dental school. Hopefully your dental school is teaching you more than they taught me. But I just wanted you to know that you're not going to be like ready to go just when you get that diploma. You got to be certified to provide Invisalign. So right out of the gate, you can't do it. You got to go and take a course. Okay. I hope this has been helpful trying to teach you guys or trying to let you guys know what I didn't learn in dental school. Please like the video and comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have them. And I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. So if you like this, we're going to be producing more and more of these videos. Please subscribe. And if you have any topics that you'd like for me to make videos on, I've been doing this a long time. Believe me, I got a lot of stuff in here that I want to share. So just let me know and I'm happy to make videos about it. All right. Thanks again for watching and we'll catch you on the next video. Smile Doc out.